Hello, and welcome to the Sweet Southern Sports Podcast, where we talk about SEC sports. Today, we'll be covering the football team for the Florida Gators 2025 season predictions. Let's start off with keys to a strong season. So, first off, DJ Lagaway staying healthy. So, DJ Lagaway got really beat up last year throughout the season when he stepped in for Mertz. But DJ was incredible. Even when he could just get out there, even like barely on one leg, he just made insane plays. I think if DJ Lagaway can stay healthy, this kid can make extremely difficult throws. Literally all over the place is not a throw he cannot make. I think if he stays healthy, it will really make the offense go bananas this year. The wide receiving core for Florida is really strong. They're really young though, but really strong. I think they have some explosive athletes. If DJ Lagaway can stay healthy and get them the ball, I think this could be a scary Florida Gators team. Another key to a strong season is that the defense starts where it left off. So down the stretch of last season, the defense flew around. It looked like they were really good system players. What I mean by that is when the players were maybe not the star, like best players on the field, they were always in position to make plays and make tackles. And like swat the ball away when it comes to passes and just really staying in their zones and their areas. If Florida can keep that defense really sturdy, they'll be in really good shape. They play some really explosive offenses this year. If they can just keep them under control, Florida's offense should be able to handle a lot of the teams on their schedule. Stay focused every week. So Florida has one of, if not the most difficult schedule this year. Playing at LSU, at Miami, Texas at home, at Texas A&M. They have Georgia and Jacksonville, at Ole Miss, Tennessee at home, and Florida State at home. So they have a lot of really high level teams. It's going to be really important that they always stay focused on what is happening this week, next play. It's a really, really long season for them. If they start looking forward a week or looking past a game, that's when they could really slip up. So let's look at their schedule. So starting off, they start off with Long Island, so that should be an easy win for the Gators here. They also have USF, so both of those, the offense really should show out. I expect to see a lot of deep ball. Um, again, really just testing out the offense, making sure everything is good there. Then they have at LSU and at Miami. So when it comes to these games, both of these are extremely high level teams, but I do believe that LSU gets them this year. At LSU is going to be absolutely insane in there. I do believe that LSU has an extremely talented team when it comes to their offense being very explosive and then having some defensive stars all over the place. But really, when it comes to it, I think this is a toss-up game that I have to give to the home team in this case. I think LSU at Death Valley at night is just going to be insane. It will definitely be one of the best games of the week. I think DJ Lagaway will play a really good game. I think it's going to come down to the wire. It will probably be an all-time classic, but I do see LSU finding a way to win at home. Then they play Miami the next week. I do have Miami losing to the Florida Gators. I just think when it comes to Miami, I think they're a little bit overhyped. They came into the swamp last year. I think Florida will be really focused because Miami came in and destroyed them with Cam Ward. I don't think with Carson back, they're going to have that same explosiveness that Cam Ward brought to the swamp and everything. I think Florida goes into Miami and gives some revenge and gets that win. So I have Florida starting off 3-1 going into their first bye week. After their bye week, they go into Texas having Texas at home, and then at Texas A&M, and then Mississippi State at home. So Texas is going to be a extremely good team this year. After coming off of their semifinal appearance last year, they really are just one of those top teams in the country consistently. But you're going to have Arch Manning, a young quarterback, going into the swamp. So that's going to be an insane environment. This is one of those games as well, same as the LSU one, that I could see really coming down to the wire and being extremely close. But I do have to give it to Texas in this case. I do think Arch Manning's legs will be a difference in this game, especially when it comes to really extending drives at the swamp. I do think Florida, again, should be in really, really good shape, but Texas also has a really easy schedule to kind of rest up for this game. So they play at Ohio State to start off, so that's tough. But then they play three cupcakes and then also have the bye week. So walking into this game, Texas is going to be really, really rested, and I think they'll be ready to go. And I've been looking at a lot of tape of Florida up to this point, so I do have Texas finding a way to win in the swamp. So that brings the Florida to 3-2, going into Texas A&M. Texas A&M, when it comes to Florida playing them, Texas A&M always just finds a way, no matter what team they have, of making it really close, like it shouldn't be, or Texas A&M just finding a way to win by running the football and running a lot of clock down and putting a lot of pressure on Florida's offenses. I really do think at Texas A&M would just be a really difficult game for Florida. I think their defense is really stout. I think offensively they just burn so much clock running the football that this is just going to be a really tough one, especially coming off of LSU, Miami, and Texas as your last opponents. So I do see Texas A&M finding a way to beat Florida, probably in a really close one again, going 3-3. Again, the schedule is just brutal on Florida. I think they're one of the top teams in the country when it comes to being in the top 25 for sure. They just play so many top teams this year. Next, they have Mississippi State. I think they'll blow them out pretty good, which will bring them to 4-3 going into their second bye week. Where after that, they play the Georgia Bulldogs. So Florida's been really struggling to get this win in Jacksonville. Florida had all the momentum last year, and then DJ Lagaway went down, and everything just slowly faded to Georgia's side. But the defense stayed tough and played hard. But I do see that Georgia comes back this year and really puts on a show. I do think it will be a close game, but I do think this is one of those Kirby Smart games that Georgia really runs the football and plays really physical and really tries to make this thing not a shootout like Florida is going to be hoping for. So I do think it will come down to the fourth quarter, but Florida will go 4-4 here. So this is looking really rough. This is probably the point of the year where Billy Napier is really on that hot seat, as Florida fans are expecting a lot. But after this, I do see Florida having an extremely strong stretch. So next they have at Kentucky. I think Kentucky's down this year. I think they'll handle them, even though it's really tough to play at Kentucky, and Florida's been having problems, especially when Stoops has been the head coach there. At Ole Miss will be a big one. Lane Kiffin was upset as they went into the swamp last year and lost a chance for the playoff. I think this one will be a really, really good game, but I do see DJ Lagaway and that defense finding a way to win. So I think they win at Ole Miss, so back-to-back road wins there. Then they come at home against Tennessee. I think Tennessee at this point in the year will be right on the edge of that playoff opportunity. So I think this will be a really hyped up game. But in the swamp, Florida just doesn't lose to Tennessee in the swamp. So I do see Florida Gators winning this one. And then they play FSU at home. So when it comes to FSU, I think they're going to be much improved this year. But Florida's weapons and just throwing that ball around the field, I think they're going to, especially this late in the year, find a way to pick apart that Florida State defense with how much tape they have on them. So I am going to definitely go with Florida here as well. So that brings their record to 8-4, 4-4 in conference. This is one of those wild card teams. I really do think Florida could literally go 10-2 with their schedule, or they could have a really tough year and go 5-7. It's really all based around the schedule. If you gave Florida an ACC schedule, a Big 12 schedule, a Big 10 schedule, I really do think they'd 100% be in the playoff. I think they are a playoff team that has a schedule that is not meant for the playoff. So when it comes to it, Florida should have a really strong year. But thank you so much for watching this video. Please like and subscribe, and look out for more content.